In part 1 of a 2-video series, Himiway Bikes flew me and 2 other influencers all the way out from the east to the west to participate in the Himiway Long Range Challenge. Over the course of the weekend, we would be participating in various challenges, really showcasing the versatility of the Himiway lineup and how far these bikes can go. Today was introduction day, so you'll get a chance to see the 2 other participants.
My name is Mike Feedy. I run a YouTube channel, all things cycling. I started as a BMX only channel and kind of transitioned into mountain bikes and electric bikes and now into electric scooters.
As soon as I saw him, I knew he looked familiar, but after talking for a bit, I used to actually watch a lot of his videos back in the day. He was a professional BMX rider that built his name for himself in the industry, and it was definitely nice knowing that I had someone out on this trip that shared similar interests. Vitali, on the other hand, he eats, sleeps, and breathes EVs. Damn, that was a mouthful. But he is really on the technical side of things. If you want to know specs, numbers, he's the guy to go to. He's tested hundreds of different EVs, and you can find him over on the Electric Vehicle Space channel. And a lot of you know who this is, but if you don't, this is me.
What's going on, you guys? I'm Tanner with Adventure Daily. I pretty much do anything with 2 wheels. Dirt bikes are my main thing, but I just happened to get into the e-bike market and I've been loving it so far. Himiway reached out and I gladly accepted, and we're all the way out here in California to do the long range e-bike challenge. I think I'm most excited to ride the Cobra Pro. I've been wanting to get my hands on one, so I'm really looking forward to riding that and putting some miles in. I think we're gonna be doing like 80 to 100 miles on some of these treks, so I'm looking forward to seeing what these things can do and how far we can push them and really show off this new battery technology.
Is there anything that you think will be a big challenge along the way, or hiccups that you might think you might run into?
I mean, from my experience, these bikes are pretty solid, so I don't think we're gonna have any issues. Cardio-wise, I think I'll be good and rely on the battery most of the time anyways, so we'll see what happens.
This was the night that we touched down in San Francisco. We were given 6 e-bikes to assemble, and we were all racing against each other to see who could put them together the fastest.
Usually we have like razor blade to cut everything open. Oh, especially all these zip ties. Yeah, what the hell we're screwed.
I ended up taking the lead and I was quite a bit ahead of the other guys. My strategy was to kind of throw everything together and then go back after the fact to torque everything down.
So from start to finish, I usually start with the handlebars since we don't have any bike stands, and I just flip it over like you did when you were a kid. Then I'll go ahead and put the front wheel on and...
Yeah, to start, I'm winning.
I may or may not be winning, it depends on who's judging, but you can honestly assemble these bikes with everything that comes in the box. I mean, we're short on some pliers and you might want to verify the torque specs, but they usually give you everything you need, and these Allens are pretty handy. Just a little tedious, but most people can do it.
We only had 1 set of pliers and 1 set of side cuts, so we kind of prepped everything beforehand, got all the zip ties cut, but there was still some left on my bike. And Vitali was actually assembling a different bike than the both of us that took a little bit less time to assemble.
I'm probably gonna lose this one, but it's okay. These guys are pretty fun and we're gonna have a fun ride.
But he went ahead and finished the first, so that put me in second and Feedy in third. So whoever accumulated the most points over the weekend got to go home with a Himiway Zebra. They did me dirty.
All the stars are red.
Did you dirty?
That's pretty accurate.
Now we gotta go there. You should. You should jump over.
So tomorrow was our first big day in San Francisco, so we made sure to have all the batteries charged up, got a good night's sleep, woke up the next day, got something to eat, and we headed out to cross the Golden Gate Bridge. What is up, you guys? This is day 1 of the Himiway Long Range Challenge. First location, check out the view. We got the waves down there crashing on the shore. I'm super excited to be here, and we're gonna see some beautiful locations. The Golden Gate Bridge is not far, so we're gonna do some riding and see what kind of content we can get.
Yeah, so we're ready to start a challenge. It's pretty foggy, but it looks cool. It's not cold. Right temperatures will be fun.
What are you riding today?
The Cobra. We started with the Cobra. Good suspension. Hopefully, you know, nothing comes apart and we're able to cover the first 80 miles.
And he was the winner last night, so he got to choose. Hopefully we'll switch off later.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna switch up, yeah.
Let's have a good trip.
This tunnel is sketchy.
Now the bridge itself is plagued with traffic and the visibility was low, so we didn't actually get a chance to ride the bikes across the bridge, but the surrounding views were incredible and there were more cyclists in this area than I have ever seen. But it was time to get some miles in and really start enjoying these bikes. Well guys, we are riding down Highway 1. This is really the first part of the long range challenge. We're gonna see how far we can go, how these bikes do over time, and I'm looking forward to it. This is the first real stretch of riding. So far, we've just been doing little stops here and there, so I'm ready to get some miles in, get some exercise. So the Himiway Zebra that I'm riding has to be one of the most versatile in the lineup. They have about 7 bikes now, and the Zebra comes with the traditional 750 watt hub motor, and it has a removable 960 watt hour battery, which gives you about 60 to 80 miles of range depending on the terrain and how much throttle you're using versus pedal assist.
You're scoping it out, aren't you?
I was, yeah. I didn't know how far that trail went going along the side.
This is all Mike's idea, Himiway.
It's on the edge of the hill. You're almost like a goat, right? You said
Yeah.
toenails to work.
Mountain goat, baby. Damn it, Mike. Single track, baby.
It's made out of the robust 6061 aluminum, and as with several other of the Himiway models, it comes with the 26-inch Kenda fat tires.
That's definitely for hiking. I had to do one-footed because
The whole time.
there are cranks every time you hit because the hill was so steep.
Yep.
You was cranked.
Good job.
And yes, we did do a lot of riding on the beach and in the sand, and let me tell you, the fat tires just eat it up.
Everything's gonna be alright.
I think if you plan on doing any beach riding, these bikes are perfect. The fat tire just really tracks well through the sand, and you can get to some really awesome locations and see some beautiful views like this. So it's the perfect bike for the job.
For us, huh?
Everything's gonna be alright.
Scoping it out.
You gotta drop into the bowl.
I will.
For the next few hours, we got lost in conversation and really got a chance to enjoy and appreciate these e-bikes. This really was the perfect location to test out the long-range capabilities. With the constant change in elevation, the headwind that we were facing at some points, it's really amazing how much distance we covered with minimal effort.
We got some slackers back there. It's been really cool seeing the different terrains throughout the day. We're up in the hills right now, a lot of pine trees. Spent some time on the beach, so it's pretty cool seeing all these different kinds of environments. And we're going up this massive hill right now, so hopefully everybody makes it. Thankfully the pedal assist works flawlessly, and we're barely working, man. Let's go. Oh, buddy. You out of breath?
A little bit. How old are you? 21?
28.
I'm 40.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Well guys, we got about 28 miles in so far today. We did a variety of different terrains, and I think my favorite of the day was actually riding on the beach. So we got a chance to really test out the fat tires in the sand, used walking mode a little bit, and we actually took it into the water unexpectedly, and everything held up great. So we all had a blast riding into the day. Like I said, we did a lot of uphills as well, and I was very, very pleased with the power that it had going up the hills, and we were able to regen a little power downhill, but overall, we all had a really good time, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the event.
Do you guys have any funny things happen or good experiences along the way?
Any funny things happen? So one of the contestants, Mike, he's actually a professional BMX rider, so he kind of roped us in and doing some off-roading, and that was pretty interesting on the side of a hill, but it really just showed how versatile these things are. Even with the fat tires, we got plenty of traction, and we were able to use the throttle in some situations and keep our feet down to balance, so they're really good off-road as well, so that was fun.
I hold it near and dear to my heart that I think the people that can really utilize this are the handicapped individuals that can't necessarily get out like they normally would, you know what I'm saying? Like to ride a bike normally on these type of terrains that we're riding on.
Oh, for sure, yeah. So I actually broke my leg not too long ago and tore my ACL. So I used one of these throughout the whole rehab process, and it really motivated me to get out rather than having to rely like all on my physical strength. The electric really helped me and motivated me to get out and also have fun. You know, that's a dark time when you get an injury, and it can help a lot of people just getting outside, getting outdoors. And
less stress on that, right? Like
yeah,
the whole
absolutely.
process. That's insane.
It was perfect for it.
And also allows you to go various terrains, go farther for longer, and extended fun, and do it more often.
So I mainly ride dirt bikes, so I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. We're going to be doing some off-roading, and he rides professional BMX as well, so this is right up our alley. We're going to really test out these bikes and have some fun. I'm looking forward to it.
The suspension's going to be a lot of fun. I love just like any aspect of cycling. You know, just being out on the bike is so much fun, and being on the trail and within the elements is definitely my element of riding. So any type of transition or type of steep incline we can get on is going to be a great time.
And I think this model off-road is going to shine.
Oh, for sure.
The suspension will be fun to see.
It's shined so far with the range. It's outshined all of them.
Yeah, the range actually surprisingly did more than other bikes.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be the other way around. And on the road, I feel like you get that benefit of suspension. It's more comfortable, but it's not really all the travel or the benefits. So tomorrow we'll see how much
made
you can.
for tomorrow.
Yeah, this is for tomorrow. We'll test it out to see